Have you ever quietly wondered without asking anyone out loud, am I still taking proper care of myself? Down there, you're not alone. And the truth is, many men don't realize that penis health doesn't retire when you do. In fact, the way you care for this part of your body in your 60s, 70s, or 80s can shape more than just your physical comfort. It can affect your confidence, your relationships, and even your quality of life. If you're still with me, stay close because in this video, we're diving into 5 essential penis care rules that every older man should follow. Not gimmicks, not awkward trends, just real proven habits that support hygiene, circulation, and long-term function. And more importantly, you'll not only hear what to do, but why it matters. Because small changes practiced daily have the power to preserve your comfort, protect your dignity, and help you live with quiet strength. So let's begin. Rule number 1, gentle daily cleaning without overdoing it. It might sound basic, but the foundation of good penis health is simple. Keep it clean, not aggressively, not obsessively, but gently and wisely. As men age, the skin, especially in sensitive areas like the groin, naturally becomes thinner, drier, and more prone to irritation. And here's where many go wrong. They think clean means scrubbing hard using strong soaps or washing multiple times a day. But ironically, that can do more harm than good. Proper hygiene isn't about doing more. It's about doing it right. Use warm water and a soft touch literally. If you use soap, go for one that's fragrance-free, alcohol-free, and as mild as possible. And if you're uncircumcised, make sure to clean gently beneath the foreskin. Most importantly, rinse thoroughly and pat dry. Never leave excess moisture. It can lead to irritation and even fungal infections in warm enclosed areas. I remember Dennis, 74 years old, who had spent years battling constant itching and dryness. He tried every solution you can imagine, switching laundry detergents, rotating powders, slathering on antifungal creams. Nothing worked, until finally a quick trip to his urologist revealed the unexpected culprit, his antibacterial soap. He was cleaning twice a day every day with harsh chemicals that stripped away the natural oils his skin needed. Once he switched to a simple warm water, rinse in the morning, and a gentle wipe in the evening, his symptoms vanished. Why did that work? Because the penis, like your face or scalp, has its own natural balance of bacteria and oils. When you strip them away, you leave the skin exposed, dry, and vulnerable. As we age, that natural protection becomes even more fragile. And that's why good hygiene after 60 isn't about being harsher, it's about being smarter. And there's more to this than physical health. There's a psychological benefit too. When you take a few mindful seconds each day to care for this part of yourself, it's not just about preventing infections or discomfort, it's about sending a message to yourself. You still matter. You still belong in your own body. Even if no one else sees it, you do. And that matters. Daily hygiene done with care becomes a quiet act of self-respect, one that shapes how you carry yourself and how you continue to live with dignity, ease, and self-assurance. Rule number 2, daily visual check, becoming familiar with what's normal. This might surprise you, but one of the most powerful habits for long-term penis health is this: look, really look. Not out of fear, not out of obsession, but out of awareness. Take a few seconds each day after a shower, while drying off, or before getting dressed to check for any visual changes. You're not looking for perfection. You're simply becoming familiar with your own body. Many older men think if it doesn't hurt, it's probably fine. But that's not always true. Issues like rashes, sores, discoloration, rough patches, or unusual bumps can show up quietly long before any pain arrives. Some of them are completely harmless, but others, if ignored, can grow into more serious problems. Let me tell you about Frank. At 79, Frank noticed what looked like a small, ingrown hair. It didn't hurt, so he ignored it. But weeks passed, and it never went away. Finally, he mentioned it to his doctor. And that's when he found out it was an early-stage skin cancer. Thankfully, because he caught it early, treatment was simple, painless, successful. Frank told me afterward, I never thought to check. I figured if it didn't hurt, it didn't matter. But now I check every morning, not with fear, just with care. There's something empowering about knowing your body so well that you spot even subtle changes. You don't have to be paranoid, you just have to be proactive. A quick glance each day becomes a powerful tool. Over time, it builds trust between you and your own health. And from a medical perspective, it's invaluable. This simple habit helps catch signs of irritation, infections, or small growths that could otherwise go unnoticed. Many men feel awkward bringing up these topics at doctor visits, but when you've already been observing regularly, you'll know what to say, how to describe it, and what feels different. It makes the conversation easier, calmer, and more informed. And here's the deeper truth part of aging well is staying engaged with your body, not avoiding it. Just because the years have passed doesn't mean you should disconnect from yourself. In fact, now is the time to be more connected than ever. Not because something's wrong, but because you deserve to live with clarity, confidence, and care. We just talked about the importance of being aware, really seeing your body daily, and reconnecting with it through gentle hygiene. It's about presence, not perfection. Now let's take it one step further. Rule number 3, moisturizing to protect aging skin. As we grow older, the skin all over our body changes. It becomes thinner, drier, and more prone to irritation. And yes, that includes the skin on the penis. But here's what many men overlook: just like your hands, face, or elbow need a bit of help staying soft and healthy, this delicate area needs the same kind of care. Moisturizing may sound like something unnecessary or even a little odd for men, but in reality, it's one of the most practical and protective habits you can develop after the age of 60. Why? Because dry skin isn't just about appearance. It can crack, flake, itch, or even split open with the smallest friction. And when the skin is already fragile, as it often is with age, even mild irritation can spiral into infections or persistent discomfort. Think of it like this: if your hands were chapped and splitting, would you ignore them? Of course not. You'd apply a little lotion and give them what they need. Your groin deserves the same respect. The key is using the right product, something that's unscented, alcohol-free, and made specifically for sensitive skin. No menthols, no perfumes, no harsh chemicals. A pea-sized amount of gentle, unscented moisturizer or barrier cream applied after a shower when the skin is clean and slightly damp is more than enough. The goal isn't to smother the area or overdo it. You're simply replacing the natural moisture that your body is no longer producing as efficiently as it once did. Let me tell you about Harold. He's 82 now. For years, Harold dealt with recurring dry patches. They would come and go, causing itching, redness, and sometimes enough discomfort to make him avoid long walks or even intimacy. He chalked it up to aging, assumed it was just something to live with. But then his doctor suggested something simple: one daily dab of moisturizer. Nothing fancy, just a bit of care once a day. And within weeks, everything changed. I didn't even realize how tight the skin had gotten, he told me. Now it's just part of my routine, like brushing my teeth. That's the beauty of this habit. It's quick, it's private, and it quietly improves your everyday experience. When your skin is hydrated, it moves better. It doesn't chafe, it doesn't pull, and it doesn't crack. Whether you're sitting, walking, or sleeping, comfort returns to a place where it truly matters, but often goes ignored. And let's not forget the emotional layer here. Taking time to care for this part of yourself sends a powerful internal message. I still value my body. I still respect what it does for me. That isn't vanity. That's self-regard. For many older men, the penis becomes an afterthought, a part of life they think is behind them. But a small act like moisturizing changes the narrative. Instead of saying that part of me doesn't matter anymore, you begin to say, I'm still here and I still care. And that mental shift, it's not small. It fuels better self-esteem, more honest conversations with your doctor, and greater comfort in your own skin, literally. If you've never moisturized this area before, don't worry. It's not too late to begin. Like anything new, it becomes normal once it becomes routine. Just a few seconds after your shower, or before bed if you prefer, is all it takes. No special tools, no awkward rituals, just one quiet, respectful act that reminds your body it's still being looked after. Because this isn't about cosmetics, it's about stewardship. And your body, every inch of it, is still worthy of thoughtful, caring attention. Rule number 4, supporting circulation through daily movement. When it comes to penis health in later life, there's one crucial piece that rarely gets enough attention: blood flow. Circulation isn't just about the heart. It's deeply tied to your sexual function, your ability to heal, and your overall comfort. Strong blood flow helps preserve erection, strength, sensation, and even tissue health. Yet many men don't realize how powerful simple movement can be in supporting all of that. No pills, no procedures, just moving your body each day. The penis doesn't work in isolation. It's part of an intricate system of blood vessels, nerves, and muscles. And as we age, that system naturally slows down, especially if we spend a lot of time sitting, avoiding physical activity, or dealing with chronic conditions like high blood pressure, diabetes, or cholesterol buildup. That's why even light activity, something as simple as a daily walk, can make a surprising difference. Let me introduce you to Robert. He's 76. Robert started walking around his block twice a day, just 10 to 15 minutes in the morning and again in the evening before dinner. Nothing extreme, no gym, no equipment, just his legs in the open air. After about a month, he told me something interesting. I had more energy, sure, he said, but what really surprised me, I started waking up with morning erections again, something I hadn't noticed in years. He hadn't changed his diet. He wasn't on any new medication. What had changed? Blood flow. His legs were moving, which meant the vessels in his pelvic region were getting the stimulation they needed. That small routine was enough to help his body reconnect with a natural healthy function he thought was long gone. And here's why it works. Movement tells your blood vessels to stay open, flexible, and responsive. It also reduces inflammation, helps regulate blood sugar, and supports nerve function, especially in the pelvic region. You don't need to run in marathons. You don't even need to break a sweat. Light stretching, walking, gardening, or simple bodyweight exercises done consistently can spark a noticeable difference. And beyond the physical benefits, there's a deeper, quieter message embedded in movement. When you move your body, you're saying, I'm still here. I'm still in motion. I'm still participating in my own life. That mindset has ripple effects. It can restore a sense of presence, agency, and self-worth, especially in moments where aging might make you feel like you're fading into the background. So the next time you wonder whether a short walk is worth it, remember Robert. And remember, every step you take is a message to your body and your spirit that you still care and you still belong to this world fully with strength and purpose. Earlier, we explored how simple daily movement helps restore circulation, vitality, and even confidence, especially in parts of the body we often overlook. Now let's take that same spirit of attention and care into a quieter, often ignored aspect of men's health: urination. Rule 5, mindful urination and fully emptying the bladder. At first glance, it might seem like a trivial routine. But how you urinate, yes, even something as ordinary as this, can have a significant impact on your comfort, prostate health, and overall well-being as you age. The truth is, one of the most overlooked, yet critically important habits for older men is making sure the bladder empties completely during each trip to the bathroom. You might not feel anything unusual right now, but over time, incomplete voiding can quietly lead to frustrating and even harmful problems, like urinary tract infections, bladder pressure, frequent urgency, or even tissue damage. What causes it? It's often subtle. As we age, the muscles responsible for urination gradually weaken. The prostate may enlarge, and the nerve signals from the bladder can become less sharp or reliable. This often leads to situations where a man thinks he's finished urinating, but in reality, there's still residual urine left behind, urine that sits in the bladder and becomes a breeding ground for bacteria. There's a man named Gerald, 81, who began noticing he was waking up more frequently at night just to pee, and even then he didn't feel fully relieved afterward. During the day, he also began to notice minor leaks, something that had never happened before in his life. When he finally brought it up with his doctor, they discovered he had unknowingly been leaving behind a small amount of urine each time. The fix: a few small but powerful adjustments. With just a bit more time, some conscious breathing, and by choosing to sit rather than stand during urination, Gerald found his bladder began to empty more completely. He even learned to pause for an extra 10 to 20 seconds after the initial stream ended, just to be sure. Within a few weeks, the nighttime trips reduced and the daytime leakage faded away. It's these kinds of subtle shifts, simple, private, almost invisible, that can make the biggest difference. If you're rushing through the process, pushing hard, or just standing because it feels normal, your body might actually be working against itself. Slowing down and giving yourself that little bit of extra time is key. In some cases, gently leaning forward or slightly shifting your weight from side to side can trigger a more complete release. These aren't tricks, they're ways of working with your aging body instead of against it. What may seem like a minor detail is actually a cornerstone of physical ease, confidence, and long-term urinary health. And beyond the physical, there's something deeply grounding about bringing mindful attention to even the most routine moments of your day. Using the bathroom isn't just a mechanical function. It's also a quiet opportunity to check in, to notice what your body is telling you, and to respond with care. Unfortunately, many men grow up believing they shouldn't talk about these things, that it's awkward, shameful even. But the truth is, talking about it is how we take charge of our health. Being curious about it is how we avoid complications. And slowing down long enough to really pay attention, that's not weakness, it's wisdom. Because a strong, capable body in older age isn't only about muscle mass or protein shakes. It's about understanding how your systems work and giving them the care they have earned, especially in the quiet, unspoken moments. Especially then. Final thoughts. As we wrap up this video, let's bring it all together. Caring for your penis in older age isn't about chasing youth or being vain or giving into fear. It's about staying connected to your body. It's about comfort. It's about health. And above all, it's about respect for yourself, for the life you've lived, and for the body that has carried you through it all. The 5 rules we've covered today: gentle cleaning, daily visual checks, moisturizing, light movement, and mindful urination may seem small in isolation, but when practiced together, they form a rhythm of daily care. A quiet, powerful pattern that supports your physical well-being, your confidence, and your dignity. Hygiene isn't about giving up, it's about tuning in. It's about adapting, and it's about choosing to meet your body with attention and care right here, right now. If even just one of these habits is new to you, don't let that hold you back. Start small, choose one, make it part of your routine. You may be surprised by how quickly you begin to feel more grounded, more at ease, and more connected to your own body. These aren't massive lifestyle changes, but they are meaningful. They're the kind of actions that say, I still matter, I still care. Quiet as they are, they're acts of strength. And if you've ever felt awkward or hesitant about paying attention to this part of yourself, I hope today gave you the encouragement to let that go. There's no shame in taking care of your health. In fact, it may be one of the most dignified, empowering things you do. Thank you for being with us today. We'd love to hear from you in the comments. Share one thing you learned and how you plan to use it in your own life. Your thoughts matter to us. They motivate us, inspire us, and guide the content we create. If you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and share it with someone who might benefit. Your support helps us continue creating content that's honest, practical, and designed to serve you. We'll see you in the next video.